Say some, even in the XRP family, it's like, look, the Bitcoin community is not our enemy. They really are not. Like, if they do well, we're going to do well. We might do better. It's just like, it's not a zero-sum game. And I think the one thing I learned, I was in Silicon Valley for 24 years. The one thing you learn is tech is not a zero-sum game. We're going to grow the pie. And David Schwartz was up here yesterday talking about rewiring the entire banking system and what this looks like maybe in 10 years or 20 years. We underestimate how big that change is and how profound it is. And we get there by being collaborative and working together, not against each other. Sorry, I'll shut up.
To bring customers on chain. So this is just like anything else. Like building an app is a great way to make money because there's millions and millions of people who are one click away from using your app. The fact that you have a target market that can use your product if it meets their needs, they can try it out. They can see if they like it. If they like it, they can tell their friends about it. You have to have a target market. The problem right now for a lot of blockchain systems is that there's no target. The target market doesn't exist. It's like if you build Twitter in the year 2000. There's nobody who has a smartphone. There's nobody with home internet access. Even if you had customers who would like your service, they can't use it. So I think that critical feature is going to be that this next wave of institutionalization, stablecoins are a great example. There's nothing more institutional than a stablecoin. Ripple launched a stablecoin. It is heavily regulated. USDC, these are heavily regulated products. Most of us will never be able to do business directly with the issuer to get the stablecoin from them. Right? There's other institutions that go to Circle and go to Ripple and they get USDC and RLUSD. But what happens is we have these giant DeFi ecosystems where the stablecoin is used as collateral, or the stablecoin is used for payment, or the stablecoin is used for all kinds of different things. Right? There's been massive growth in the DeFi space because of stablecoins. So I think that's the pattern for the new institutional adoption. If I didn't give you another example, you'd think that that's crazy. Like maybe, the stablecoins, what else is there? Well, think about tokenized securities. Think about tokenized treasuries. These are things that lots of people hold as investments, tokenized stocks. These are things that people need, and they have to be institutions have to create them. They can't come from inside the DeFi space. We can't create sensible real-world investments. We can in limited quantity, but we can't create them in the same quantity that TradFi can. So the fact that these institutional DeFi use cases, these new ones, are going to bring onto the chain the things that people currently need to get from TradFi, and they're going to create a target market for the next wave of retail DeFi so that you will have customers who have blockchain access.
Say, oh, the president, it's graft, it's corruption. Is that what you're seeing?
Not at all. No, look, this is a huge, thriving community. There's so many people involved. It just keeps getting bigger and better every year. This is just partisan rhetoric from the Democrats. This is the financial system of the future, Jesse, and we have to encourage it. What the Biden administration was doing, and let's face it, it wasn't Biden. Elizabeth Warren controlled the auto pen during that administration. She, for some reason, has this pathological hatred of the crypto community. She wants to drive this community offshore. She doesn't want it happening in the United States. That's the wrong policy for the United States. We want all the innovation happening here. This is a financial system of the future. It's cheaper. It's more efficient. We want it happening here, Jesse, and I think people are thrilled that President Trump is making that possible.
You're saying Bitcoin is the currency of the future. Am I going to be getting paid by Fox in Bitcoin soon?
Well, not just Bitcoin. There's actually a stablecoin bill going through the Senate right now, which is going to pass. We just got bipartisan support. And that makes digital dollars possible. So it uses the blockchain infrastructure, the crypto infrastructure, but the unit of currency is actually just the good old-fashioned US dollar. So it's not just about Bitcoin, although that is the most important cryptocurrency. With stablecoins, we're now going to have digital dollars, and this is going to extend the dominance of the US dollar online, and it's going to create trillions of dollars of demand for our treasury, for our T-bills. So this is not just about crypto, it's also about blockchain. It's about a new financial system that is more efficient, is cheaper, smoother, easier for people to use. It's about building the future.
Joe Biden's team made a lot of promises, and they never delivered. We didn't get anything built. We got no charging stations, no rural broadband, nothing. Trump administration also making a lot of promises. When are we going to see robots?
Robots?
I want a robot.
Well,
Martin said I'd own a robot
you want a
soon.
robot?
Yeah.
The robots are coming, Jesse. I promise you, the robots are coming. What we're seeing right now is some very interesting prototypes from a number of companies. If you've seen Optimus from Tesla, they can walk around, they can do things, they can fold laundry. I'd say within the next 5 years, it's possible that everybody could own a robot. I think this is a technology that's definitely coming.
All right, so if
Happy birthday to my grandma. It's her 82nd birthday. Bitcoin.
Welcome to the Cryptoteacher, and you know I come back with that video just to make you think.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And make sure you join the Patrons. If you're not a part of the Patrons, make sure you're hitting the Cash App. Also, go like and follow the TikTok. More videos to come. And I want to thank you for all the love for my mom's birthday. Keep those Cash Apps ringing. I definitely appreciate it. And I love the shout-outs. Keep them coming. Now, guys, we have Brad Garlinghouse on tribalism and talks about the rewiring of the financial system. And because we have Trump and J.D. Vance out in front pushing this new digital economy, we definitely are going to see adoption in the U.S. start to pick up. And remember, the Cryptoteacher told you. And we have David Schwartz on the power of these stable coins and DeFi. But then he sounded like Brad Garlinghouse. We need the big banks in order to bring in the masses. And we know that is definitely not true. The only reason why you need the big banks in order to bring in the masses, if you don't want to educate the masses. If you just want to make it simple, streamlined, it takes a lot of money, a lot of time. And therefore, the masses have no idea on how it works. They just click, tap, and keep it moving. But we know that's what the NWO wants. They never want a critical thinker. And remember, the Cryptoteacher told you. And we have David Sachs on digital assets are the future of this new economy. Also, pushing the power of these stable coins and blockchain makes everything cheaper. And we know not only do these digital assets and blockchain make everything cheaper, but they're going to be freeing up trillions of dollars of liquidity because you no longer have to trust the system. You're going to know whether that money is there. And we're already seeing the financial system being sped up. If you do a check online, it used to take 5 days, then it dropped down to 3. Now, sometimes it only takes 2 days. And these fintech apps are moving money instantly. And remember, the Cryptoteacher told you. And then David Sachs is asked about robots. Yes, the robots are coming. And how do the sheep know the robots are coming? Because every movie you see on Netflix has a robot in it. All these movies speaking about robots and cryptocurrencies is nothing but programming without them understanding the technology. Guys, we've seen this movie before. I'm an old man. I can tell you exactly how they're going to do it, and that's the reason why I bring it to you, so therefore you understand. It is very easy to program somebody to do something without educating them. And that's how the sheep never gain power, and the power stays in a few hands. And remember, the Cryptoteacher told you. And then, guys, we have the drums are about to get louder. And we know China and the U.S. are going to collide. Like I always state, David Sutton gave us the plan a long time ago. And we have Defense Secretary Hegseth says China may take Taiwan by force. There is an imminent threat, and Trump won't let that happen on his watch. And what does that mean? The drums are going to get louder. And that's the reason why we have J.P. Morgan, all these big banks, and all these countries like Germany spending all this money on defense because they know what's about to happen. Armageddon is right around the corner. And we know that is biblical. But this time, Armageddon is going to bring everybody together. It is planned, people. It was planned a long time ago. but the machines are going to take over this economy. The robots, algorithms, and drones take the economy over, pay each other with crypto, and the sheep go inside the metaverse. And they're going to like it at first. They're getting that free money sitting in the home, but then that money is going to start being programmed, telling you what, when, and how to buy, and you have 3 to 6 months to spend it or poof, it's gone. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And never forget, this is a plan that moves in phases. And I went over this earlier. Kidnapped for crypto. We have Ted Williams said if it really happened, this would be something out of the movies. And remember, your life is an illusion and TV is your reality. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Because he knows. When it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books.
Clear any attempt by Communist China to conquer Taiwan by force would result in devastating consequences for the Indo-Pacific and the world. There's no reason to sugarcoat it. The threat China poses is real, and it could be imminent. We hope not. President Trump has also said that Communist China will not invade Taiwan on his watch. So our goal is to prevent war, to make the cost too high, and peace the only option. And we will do this with a strong shield of deterrence forged together with you, America's great allies and defense partners. Together, we will show what it means to execute peace through strength. In many ways, seen and unseen, overt and covert. But if deterrence fails, and if called upon by my commander-in-chief, we are prepared to do what the Department of Defense does best, to fight and win decisively.
To New York City, there's a wild story of a guy being held hostage, allegedly over cryptocurrency, somebody allegedly torturing him to try to get his cryptocurrency password. What about that case?
Okay, Mike, if you want my cryptocurrency, I'm going to give it to you. You can have it. You don't have to do this. This was what you call thugism. If it's true, John Waltz is alleged to have taken his partner, his business partner, kidnapped him, hung him over a wall, or threatened to cut off some of his limbs, beat him up, all to try to get his Bitcoin password. This is something that you only find in movies. This is something that you only find in movies.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of a huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, well, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting it more right now with Bloomberg's Shonali Bassick. Shonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told its members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets. Now,
it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy, and when the dealers have to step in to save a treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence. And
Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get on stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing, they were still getting that free money. What are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know, I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Drama Team save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Drama Team save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Drama Team goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.